I'm gonna put that right over there. It's the kind of day we're having. We're getting on with our day. Bring that music down. Shut it off altogether. So what do you have going on this morning? Do you guys know about Amazon Sidewalk? What? Amazon Sidewalk? Have you heard about it? Some of you probably have heard about it. It is coming out. It's on its way. Amazon has said Amazon Sidewalk will be released sometime by the end of the year. Now, this is not news. It's been out for months now. We've been talking about Amazon Sidewalk. What does it do? What's it all about? What's Sidewalk? What does Sidewalk give you? And more importantly, what does Sidewalk take away from you? What does Sidewalk want from you? And if you don't want Sidewalk, let's move that book. If you don't want Sidewalk, how do you turn it off? Do you know that it's on by default? It's probably on if you've got Amazon Echo devices or Amazon Ring devices. Good morning, Rainier. It is probably on right now. It's on and running. It's probably just not doing anything yet. But it's coming. Amazon has stated it will be out. It being Sidewalk will be out by the end of the year. And we're at the end of the year. I can see it from here almost. It's coming. So let me throw the intro in. And we'll come back and we'll talk about Amazon Sidewalk. Actually, before we go, did you know today is National Fritters Day? And you guys may think I'm crazy. You may think I'm out of my mind. But I went to McDonald's and I got one of those apple fritters at McDonald's. And I like an apple fritter. You know me, I'm not a skinny guy by any means. But I went and I got one of the apple fritters at McDonald's. And actually, they're pretty dang good. I wouldn't put them in the top tier, but they are pretty good. Pretty good for a fast food place. So it is apple fritter, or it's fritter day. You can have a corn fritter, you can have apple fritter, you can have whatever fritter people are going to make you, and enjoy it with a nice cup of illy coffee in the Missouri Cup, the Show Me State. But today we're going to talk about Amazon Sidewalk and what it means to you. So I'll be right back right after this. Do. And where does the web go? Where did it go? Oh man, it's stuck in between monitors. Can you believe that? I bet you can't. I bet you can't believe that it is stuck in between monitors. We got stuff going on. Cats and dogs living together. Oh my goodness. Chevy Chase at his best, at his finest. So what is this crazy thing we're talking about? What is Amazon Sidewalk? If you've heard about it, if you know what's going on, you know what it's all about. You know what's coming, and you know it's being sold to you by Amazon, just like everything they sell to you, as a service, as a convenience. So let's talk about what's going on here. So if you've got an Amazon Echo device, and I'm not going to say the name of the device because you know what it is. Starts with an A. It has an X in it. We're not going to say it because there's one across the room. So I even have one of these things. I've got actually a couple of them. Or if you have one of these, Amazon Ring. If you've got a Ring, or if you've got an Echo device, there's a ton of these things out now. There's a whole slew of Echo and Ring devices out there. Well, Amazon has said, hey, we are going to make things better. That's not the one I wanted. We're going to have this thing called Amazon Sidewalk, right? And it's there for a reason. It's in this position on the screen for a reason. So talking about Sidewalk, I'm going to take that off for right now. So Sidewalk, what it is all about is Amazon wants to take your Amazon Echo devices that you bought and put on your Wi-Fi network and your Amazon Ring devices that you put on your network, and they want to take a little tiny bit of your bandwidth, a little bit of your internet connection, and they want to take your Echo devices and your Ring devices that are compatible, and they want to create a network mesh network in your neighborhood. So they want to connect your Ring devices to your neighbor's Ring devices, to their neighbor's Echo devices, to your other neighbor's Echo devices, and it's going to create this mesh network. And this mesh network is going to provide some features that Amazon is touting. They're saying it's a great thing for your neighborhood. So there's a list of things. They've got a list of devices, Ring floodlight cameras and Ring spotlight cameras and Echo dots and Echo clocks and Echo shows and Echo spots, and all these things will by default connect to the Sidewalk network. And what it does, it extends things. They're providing some features that some people like, right? So you can get a dog collar that will tell you where your dog is at wandering around the neighborhood. And if your neighborhood is all set up with this mesh network, you'll be able to see where your dog's at in the neighborhood. That's one of the things they're selling. Is that important enough to do this? I don't know. I don't know if it's important enough to do this. There's a ton of security and privacy issues we just need to talk about. Wow. The biggest one being this thing being on by default. Turning it on by default, man, that seems to be an issue to me. So, each of your Amazon Echo or Amazon Ring devices, if they're compatible, they work as a bridge. That means they connect to each other. So, if you have a device that's out of range of, say, your Wi-Fi, maybe you've got they've got a thing that sits in your mailbox and tells you if the mail has come or not. Maybe that's too far out. Maybe your Wi-Fi can't reach it, but maybe you've got a Ring doorbell or Ring flood cam on the front of your house, and that Ring flood cam, its network can reach out to it. So now you've got a device that's out on the street that can't be reached by your Wi-Fi, but it can be reached by the network that is on your Ring flood light. Well, now you can reach out and it can provide you information on, your mail's been delivered. That's cool. Now you got this usability thing. Well, now Amazon wants to provide that network to other people. To other people in your network. And it's like the cable companies did for a while. I don't know if they're still doing it, but when you installed your broadband cable, it would create a second network that was this community network, that anybody that subscribed to that cable company could use this other network and get some of your bandwidth. Now, this is not a lot of bandwidth, right? So Amazon, in their report, they say that it's going to be limited to 80 kilobits per second. Now, in modern days, that's nothing. That's really not a lot. It's way faster than my first modem, that's for sure. 14.4, 28.8, 56-bit kilobit. It's a lot faster than that. So there is some data going on here. And it's going to be capped at 500 megabytes per month of data. So this network is going to be everywhere, right? They want it everywhere. They want to provide this holistic network, and they're providing a lot of features that designers and developers can tie into, and it's going to do all of these great and wonderful things, including if you have a device that disconnects from your Wi-Fi, supposedly it's going to be easier to reconnect. So the big thing, one of the things, they have this picture of a dog walking down the road, and the dog, you can find your dog. If your dog is lost, you'll know exactly where it is, because when it passes your neighbor's in an Amazon-enabled mailbox, the beacon in the dog's collar will go through their network back to your network and report in where the dog's at. So you'll use your whole neighborhood's network. The issues are, what privacy concerns come out of this? What security concerns come out of this? Because now we have this mesh network that connects part of your network to part of your neighbor's networks. What security lies in there is an issue. What privacy? They say they've got 3 layers of encryption, so even Amazon doesn't get your information. I don't know that I believe that. It's Amazon. They're gonna get your information. They know your information, and this is more pervasive. This is more. It's not Big Brother. It's big corporation keeping track of what is going on. Now, you may remember a few months ago, Amazon kind of got in trouble because they were trying this pilot that if you had those Ring devices and someone in your neighborhood called 911, all the Ring cameras around that 911 call would turn on and start recording automatically. In its essence, that sounds cool. That sounds like a good thing. You get video of the bad guy, but there are serious privacy concerns around that, turning those cameras on automatically and recording automatically. There's just a bunch of issues with that. So there's issues with this too, and it hasn't launched yet. It should be launching soon because they said they want to launch by the end of the year. And as you know, we're in December. There's not many more days to wait till the end of the year for them to launch this thing. So when they launch it, who knows? But do you know where it's at? Do you know how to turn it on or off? Do you know if it's even up and running? So first thing we'll do is, let me get on to this device here, and I'm going to show you. Okay, let's get the icons off the screen, and let's jump over to the iPad view. And this is going to show you where it's at, and this is how it is going to be set up on your device right now if you've got the Amazon Alexa app on your mobile device, right? If you've got Amazon Alexa, you're running it, you got it up and going, this is where it's going to be. So if you go into your main screen and you go into settings, right? Let me get the pen out. We go into settings, right? And then we go into account settings, and look right there. I don't know if I can highlight it. Right towards the 1, 2, 3, 4th thing down, Amazon Sidewalk. I didn't install that. I didn't put anything on. This is how it is by default. Amazon Sidewalk is enabled, and it talks about the community finding. That's not there yet. Coming soon. Help you find things with Sidewalk. There's those, you lose your keys, you lose your dog, your network is going to help you. Your neighborhood network is going to help you to find things. So it's not, that one's not on by default, right? So let's go back. All we have to do to turn this off, right, is to slide the slider, right? Now it's off, right? And maybe it's not a big deal. That's maybe not a big deal to you. But I say, from my point of view, it should be your choice to turn this feature on, not that it's on by default. You need to be the one that's making the decision whether this thing's up and running or not, right? So we know this is where it comes from, right? And Eric snuck in. Good morning, Eric. If you've got an Echo device, if you've got a Ring device, these act as bridges. So wherever you've got one of these compatible, and if you go to, I'll drop the link to the Amazon note in here. And if you've got one of these devices, if you've got the Alexa app, you have been notified via email that this is coming, but the problem is some filtering systems have filtered out that email that's telling you all about this, including how to disable it. So yeah, there's a bunch of things coming. So some of the questions on here: will I know what other Sidewalk-enabled devices are connected to my bridge? So if someone's walking down the road and they connect to your Amazon network and connects to your broadband connection, your Wi-Fi, to get out to the internet, right? So we're saying it rides over your internet. It should not, and by everything I've read, there's no way this thing is connecting to your network, but we don't know enough details about it, right? So the information transferred over the Sidewalk bridges are encrypted. Bridge customers are not able to see what Sidewalk-enabled devices are connected to their bridge. So you're going to have no idea who's connected to your bridge, right? Customers who own Sidewalk-enabled devices will know they're connected to Sidewalk, but won't know which bridge they're connected to. So as a user of Bridge, you won't know whose house you're connected to. And as a house or a person providing these Sidewalk features, you won't know who's connected to your network. So is this the ability for the bad guy to do something bad? Obviously, I think the bad guy could probably exploit this if there's flaws in the software. And we know that generally in most of these things, these are written with millions of lines of code. Generally, there's some type of flaw in the software. We just don't know about it yet. So we've got this. We've got Echo and we've got Ring. Those are the two pieces that are providing this network to what they're calling Amazon Sidewalk that is soon to launch. You know how to turn it off now. But why else would Amazon want to create these mesh networks, right? Some of you probably get Amazon stuff delivered through the postal service, right? And like in my neighborhood, that's terrible. Generally, you've got about 80% chance that you're going to get your box, or somebody else is going to get your delivery somewhere else. And then it's a game. We've got a social media page for our neighborhood where people go, hey, I lost this box, this thing was delivered, does anybody get something delivered for my address? And generally every day someone's posting that a package, especially this time of year, has been delivered to the wrong place. So the Postal Service is, in my opinion right now, providing terrible service along the line of some of this delivery. So what Amazon has done is they say, we'll start our own fleet. So Amazon is providing the ability to deliver their own Prime services. So when you order something from Amazon now, right now it's probably still coming through the Postal Service or UPS or whatever, but soon it's going to come in a big blue van. And they're providing, as far as I can tell, exceptional service to people, right? They've got not only the trucks, but they've also got air, Prime Air. So they're handling supply chain fulfillment from the moment you order it on the Amazon website to when it's dropped off to your door by either an Amazon employee or an Amazon Flex driver who maybe is driving kind of like Uber to deliver stuff. So we've got Amazon everywhere here. Now, what if Amazon wants to be able to provide detailed tracking information about where your delivery is using your neighborhood network, right? So it'll be able to track where these trucks are, where your package is, as it moves into your neighborhood. Not a bad idea. I don't think it's a bad idea, but I think the fact that Amazon is using your resources by default without asking you really, I mean, they've sent the email out. It's not really asking, that's telling you they're going to do it. This Amazon, this whole environment, this whole environment of Amazon is providing services to Amazon to be able to say these are better services we're offering, which is probably a good thing, but it's at the expense of you, the normal user. The consumer is providing these services to Amazon, this giant corporation that, the numbers I've seen that Bezos making during the pandemic is incredible, the amount of money he's making. So, Amazon. This is Amazon Sidewalk. It's coming to a device near you. If you've got Amazon Echo, if you've got Amazon Ring, if you've got the Amazon app installed, this is going to be installed by default. It's going to be up and running by default on your devices. It's there already, guys. It's already up and running. Whoops, not Fritter Day. Let's take that down. So what are you going to do about it? You may just say it's cool. I don't mind. Let it roll. Let Sidewalk roll, right? I'm okay with using some of my bandwidth. It's not, and again, don't get me wrong, it's not a lot of bandwidth. They're using a little bit of bandwidth. They're just not asking really before they do it. They just are doing it. It's kind of like connecting with the police departments and turning on the Ring cameras without asking. It's huge. It's a huge thing. It's not a replacement for Wi-Fi. They say that on their site. It's a 900 megahertz, I think. 900 is 900 megahertz. Yeah, 900 works in the 900 megahertz range. If you're using Wi-Fi, that works at the 2.4 gigahertz or the 5 gigahertz range. Nowhere near that. It's a 900 megahertz range. And Sidewalk bridges are providing this low bandwidth capability to provide tracking and information. So to me, that's prime for Prime, right? That means the thing they want to do is to provide this capability to use it as an enhancement to their services, right? Which is, again, probably a good thing, but should come as an option for you to turn on, not as an option you have to go in and turn off. But now if you watch the video, you have the ability to go in and turn this thing off. Know that it's coming. Maybe it's something you want to do. If you're in a big neighborhood where houses are spaced far apart, it's probably not going to work that well. But if you're in a suburbia where houses are really close together, this thing is probably going to be a great thing. It's going to provide a lot of services, but at a cost. It's going to be some of your bandwidth, and I think the privacy and security concerns have to be addressed before this thing moves forward. So that's what we're talking about this morning. I know we got a lot covered in a short amount of time. It's only about 20 minutes to run down through the look at this Amazon Sidewalk. I think that's the coverage for today. Make sure you take care of your friends, your family, your coworkers. Take care of each other. It's a good thing you're here. Check this video out. Please hit that button to like and subscribe. We want to provide more and more information along these same lines, how you can protect yourself, how you can secure your home, your family, your friends, how you can make sure your environments are secure. Make sure that you're turning on things you know are on, and don't let the corporations turn stuff on for you. Make that your decision. So I say, go in there, even if you don't have any of these devices that are on the list. Go in, turn Sidewalk off, and turn it on when you want to turn it on, not when somebody else wants to turn it on. And Alex is saying, Sidewalk sounds like the evil identical twin Scott used to rule the world. Yes, I think you may be on to something, Alex.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room.
What in the heck, Alex? Is it the lead on to the Matrix? Is it the lead on to Skynet? Who knows? More will tell, but make it your decision to turn it on, not Amazon's decision to have it on for you. So I'm Jim with Cyber-Recon. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when we go live. Go live every morning at 7:30. Talk about cyber issues that impact you and how you can deal with them, what they're all about. This cat that looks like Mr. Wigglesworth. Oh, you guys are awesome. It's good seeing you this morning. Hopefully you're watching. If you're watching this later in the day, hit that comments. Let me know down below what you're concerned about, what you want to talk about, what would help you get through your day. Enjoy your cup of coffee. Enjoy your day as you get on with it. And we'll see you tomorrow morning. Same bat time, same bat channel, 7:30 East Coast time, right here for your cup of cyber.